to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa and we talk about all things plants here. Today I'm going to tell you my houseplant tools. What that means is the things that I use in my houseplant journey, what I use daily, when I water, when I fertilize, everything in between, and all of that is in this little box. I don't use these things every single day, but I do have these things on hand at all times. So let's jump into it. I'm gonna talk about the first thing that's popping out of this box is these. So if you ever buy hanging pots from nurseries, they have these things obviously to hang it, and they do just clip off if you didn't know. There's 3 little clips, you clip them off, and I like to have a few of these just around. I don't really get rid of my pots unless they're like there's an infestation that needs to be taken care of and I just end up throwing them out. But I like to keep these handy just in case I do want to like eventually hang a plant that's not hanging right now, but and I don't have the tool for it. So I do like to use these. I like to collect these only because I can't afford macrame, and I'm not that creative when it comes to stuff like that. Although you can buy like packs on Amazon for super cheap, but I do like to keep these around. The next thing that almost fell out are these. These are Jobe's Fertilizer Sticks or Spikes. I don't really use these for my indoor plants that permanently stay inside. I use a different kind of fertilizer, but I bought this at the dollar store. So these were only like $1, and the ones at the dollar store, I don't know if they all come like this, but it comes with this extra and it claims that this much is free. But these are good for outdoor plants, for your like tomatoes and stuff outside if you want to fertilize them, because you just stick one of these in and then you don't really have to do anything with it. So the plants that I do put outside, like my house plants, I do use these only because I'm not fertilizing my plants outside during the summer, only because I literally will have no time to do that, and I just use the tap water or rainwater, so I just water them quickly outside. So having this in there is perfect. The next thing is some sort of insecticide. This is Safer's insecticidal soap, and it's used for most houseplant pests. There are so many different products on the market, so use what best suits your lifestyle. But this is just cheap, it's readily available, and I like to use it. It does the job, so I don't see why I need to get anything else. The next thing I have are some gloves. These I mostly use in the summertime when I'm gardening, obviously, but even just to play around. If you wear rings, jewelry, or have fancy nails, gloves are perfect. I literally get these at the dollar store, and I like these ones because they always come kind of tight. You want to make sure that you're still able to work with the soil. Next thing is a watering can. Yep, I'm pretty sure this came from the dollar store at one point. I like the one with the tall spout only because it's easier to obviously get into your plants, especially when you have so many plants and they're put like packed together. This is perfect. I know a lot of people like the like aesthetically pleasing ones, but I definitely don't like those ones. Cheap is the way to go, and my opinion. Next up, I like to have pots. So these are probably my favorite pots. I purchased these on Amazon. They do come with a little tray and they have drainage on the bottom. They are plastic. I think these ones are like 6-inch. They come in a multitude of different colors, and they are relatively cheap for a pack of like 6 or 10 or something. So I do like to keep all sizes of pots, and I always never get rid of like nursery pots. So if I replant something, I always keep nursery pots because they're perfect for quickly potting up a plant that you may sell, or like a propagation or something. So having pots on hand is a definite. Another thing that's not in this video is potting soil, only because I don't have any right now. I don't have like good potting soil, but I usually always keep a bag on hand of that as well. The next thing I have here is my liquid fertilizer. This is the fertilizer that I use for all of my indoor houseplants that stay inside and during the growing season. So now until about fall, I use this every single time I water. It's super easy. I literally just put 2 squeezes of this into my watering can every single time I fill this up, and my plants seem to be absolutely thriving. This is a product that you can literally get anywhere. It's just Schultz liquid plant food. Very common. The next thing I have here is Pearlite. I always like to have Pearlite on hand. I love Pearlite. I don't like the consistency of Pearlite and the dust and everything, But perlite is really helpful to make your soil mixtures a lot more airy and well draining, and it's just really good to have perlite on hand. I also sometimes like to propagate in perlite if I'm feeling adventurous. The next thing I like to have is a pair of sanitized shears. These are literally just house scissors because I'm ghetto. But I do sanitize them every single time I use them, and these ones are strictly only for my plants. I don't use these for anything else. Fungus gnat traps. These are beautiful. They are magnificent. I do have a video on these, so I will either link this up, down, or down below. And yeah, you can buy these on Amazon or pretty much anywhere at Walmart. And they are perfect for your thrips and your fungus gnats that are super freaking annoying. 3 more items that I frequently use are these. I bought these in hopes to use them for like to tie to a moss pole, but they're really not that big. I guess if you're adventurous, you could like glue them together. But these are also great for like maybe tomatoes or putting up squash on a trellis. So that's mainly what I'm going to be using them for this summer. Unless you have like a small plant on a moss pole or a trellis, these would be perfect. They bend in all sorts of different ways. And again, I got these at the dollar store. Cover trays or trays to put underneath your plant. A lot of people will like use just like whatever they have. Usually I managed to find these little baking tins at the the thrift store. It was like a package of 500 of them. So I literally use them everywhere. This is a, I don't know, 4-inch pot, and it fits just like that perfectly. So these are perfect whenever almost all of my plants are in nursery pots. Whenever I'm watering and I see one that doesn't have, I just whip one of these out. These are actually perfect too, especially if you bottom water, because it has the wide lip as opposed to like just an old like dish, like a plate, like a teacup plate. So these are perfect for bottom watering as well. The last thing I have here is similar to these, but these are much better. They come in, you can get a pack of 3 from the dollar store. You can also get them on Amazon, but it is a roll of like, I don't know, it's just felt and it sticks to itself. And it's good for training up the plant on a moss pole or a trellis or something, and it stays in place and it just like connects to each other. So these are perfect to have on hand at all times.
I forgot one more thing that I often use. This is not distilled water, but I use these 4-liter jugs. This is just tap water, but as you can see, there is no lid, and I do have 2 of them. There's one behind there. This is talked about amongst lots of people in the plant community, whether they do it or not. Tap water, if you leave it out and let it breathe for a while, the chlorine and the fluoride will dissipate from tap water, because tap water is usually too harsh for plants straight from the faucet. I just started doing this like maybe a couple weeks or a month ago, so I haven't really seen too much of a difference, but a lot of people like doing this because, or using distilled water, snow water, rainwater. People will do this because the fluoride in tap water can be harsh to your plant's roots, therefore leaving the edges crispy and brown sometimes. So this is just a little experiment that I'm doing for the summer, and if it works, then I'll keep doing it. There's no harm in it.
I guess if you want to add this is my handy dandy little bucket that I have all these magical things in at all times, and I have it sitting in my hallway. And yeah, that was the video. Let me know if you guys use any of these items, if this was useful to you, if you have any questions. Never hesitate to leave those questions in the comment section down below. And until next time, I guess I'll see you guys later. XOXO, and then bye.